Happy New Year!
Welcome to Future Forward Rolling Mikan Episode 3. Hey team, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! I'm good as well. Keep it tiring, but it's good. It's a good tire to have.
Yes, it's been a long year, right? So,
Yeah.
We're just entering the new year.
Yeah.
So, what was the highlight for you last year?
What was the highlight for me last year? Very good question. I think last year it was a great year that a lot of things happened. At the same time, there's a lot of lessons that actually really transformed me to face my own fear. The things that I call it a comfort zone, the things that I thought that I don't need to deal with it, because holding a position like leader, it is not it's not a title, it's not a status, right? You have to do more than that. And what I learned last year was holding this leadership. It's more than just knowing what you know. There's so much that I don't know. So last year really forced me to work on things that I always wanted to have a safe space or comfort zone. But as the company grows, it also forces me to, deal with a lot of things that it comes along with the package. So yeah, it was a great year. I have no regrets, honestly, till today. What about yours?
Yeah, I think for the company, it was a great year for growth and for expansion, right? Personally, also for personal growth as well.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, right? What we're seeing is a paradigm shift from the company that we were in 2022 and the company that we are in 2023. And now new bigger companies have different problems and different things to learn, and we have to build up different skill sets. So it's been exciting, and the main lesson is that nobody is pro at being a leader. I think it's like a Simon Sinek quote, right? But basically saying every leader is a student of leadership, right?
Yeah.
You kind of learn it as you go, and they need to change as the company grows. So it's exciting. It's a good learning opportunity. It's really exciting to see a lot more new members to our team. So it's been a great year.
Right. So what would be that one tip? Normally people keep it at the back, in the end of it. We normally want to keep it raw. What would be the one tip at the beginning of the year? The tip that you want to share with our audiences out there is that is there something that you want to share based on what you learned last year to other people who are striving, whether leadership, they want to climb the leadership ladder or for their own career growth? What would be that one tip that you want to share?
I think take time early on to think about culture. That's something I think that we learned here as we scaled the team.
Yeah,
right?
this is about if you're a leader on a company, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Right. So because we're talking about, let's say, if you're scaling a business or something. So Orangeleaf Consulting always had a culture.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're small, the culture gets infused by just people joining the company and working with the founders. And as you scale the company, suddenly you need to make more effort to actually think about, okay, what is the culture in actual words, not just in a feeling, and how can you communicate this to a bigger and bigger group, right? And that's something that we've been working on in 2023.
And building that structure.
Yes, still working on it.
Yeah, still working on it. There was so much that we have done last year, ladies and gentlemen, that we will do a special conversation for this one because we need to work on ourselves as well to improve and make sure that we still deliver the best quality of work to our clients. That is our dedication from us and our team. So we will keep that up till then. One day we'll be able to consolidate all the information. We will definitely share, what are the do's and don'ts that we learned.
Sure.
Even in 6 years, guys, I can tell you that still there's a lot to learn. I promise you, it's fun, but it's also be tiring. Unless you're up for, the challenges, it's really depend on the individual, I would say.
So what is the number one thing that you're proud of that you achieved?
Wow. Suddenly you can ask question. I'm surprised. What was the question again? Sorry, what was the question? No, it's okay.
Reset.
Yeah, so what was the question?
Question is, what is the number one thing that you're proud of in 2023?
I think I'm proud of myself, number one. I think I've not, over the years, some people that knows my background, my story and all that, over the years, I always give more than what I give myself. And that has actually, the growth of the company has actually changed me. That I must fill my own cup first before I'm able to fill other people's cup. And that's so important because my team needs me. But if I am not strong, my foundation, my fundamental is not strong enough, I cannot feed my team.
So it's self-care, right? So
yeah, it's a lot of self-care that I'm very proud of, that I'm able to find a balance now. And I'm working towards it, including like getting a healthy lifestyle, getting myself on track, like physically, mentally, stronger. The uphill battle as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's real, where, a lot of people don't see it because like my Instagram or, on my social media, we always, it's hard to post to you when I'm struggling, like my mental health, it's really hard. But when you overcome it, things are really great, shining. So the part that is not good is really, it's not easy to showcase. But in this podcast, I'm proud to share with you that no, it's not always rise and shine. It's not always rainbow. There are many days that I have to overcome my own obstacles, a lot of unexpected situation I need to deal with that I fight against and overcome it, be more calmer as a person. And the second thing that I'm very proud of is my own team, that they're amazing. One thing I really proud that all of them, support the company vision and mission, and their belief is also about enabling our client to be successful in their digital transformation, and they work tirelessly to make sure that the company and them deliver what we have set up as a foundation. So I'm really proud of my team, and to all my team who are listening in Orangeleaf Consulting, I want you to know that I'm very proud of you, that you have stood by us and for us through the thick and thin until where we are today. We have doubled the size of the whole entire company team size. So thank you so much. I'm really proud of all of you. Without the effort and understanding, the company would never be this far. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm very proud of that too.
Nice. Yeah.
So what about you?
What about me?
Yeah. What are you proud of? Like over the achievement, over the years, what do you think that you've done well last year?
There's always things to learn, right? I think one thing, if you talk about personal stuff, it's mostly about knowing how little you know and continuing to be a student, right? Like trying to learn new things, leadership things, how to scale a company, how to make sure that people have a good working environment. Those are the things that we really care about, and the things that I try to spend as much time on as possible and really prioritize that as we grow the company.
So maybe we can share with other people as well, like what is our resolution for this year? I'm already at 2025. I'm always ahead.
Okay.
2024. Let's focus 2024.
Okay. So we're staying on this year. Yeah, we're not going next year. Okay.
I'm so excited for my next. Okay, come on, let's come back. Be present.
Okay. 2024. This year.
Yes.
Okay. So I think the main thing is to really continue our expansion and expand that leadership position that we have.
Yeah.
Right. Continue to double the team size again this year, and also expand our bases in Singapore and Japan further. Right, that we've opened last year. So those are really important things that we want to achieve. At the same time, maintaining that quality and consultancy services that we have been providing, and also providing an awesome work environment to our people, to everybody who joins us, and continuing to push the bar for like what kind of employee benefits or welfare things that we can offer as well.
Right. So what kind of approach do you think that you can share with others out there as well, like the approach that the company would use in order to close the gap? Now, we all know that low-code space has grown a lot, and there's a huge demand in the market about low-code, whether it's for SME or also for enterprise. So I want to hear from you, being a tech expert here. What would be the Orangeleaf approach in order to close the gap and bridging this gap between the business and IT to scale even faster, to make sure that we meet the market demand, right? We talk about a lot of client demand out there here. Like, what would Orangeleaf do, or what kind of approach are we using?
Okay, so our approach is always advisory based, right? We can help put the system in place, but I think one of the key things that we do for our customers that will help them also in 2024 is that we don't just build things for you. We actually come in and look at your company, the needs that your company has, the processes that you need, and look at the ROI for those and the technical feasibility, and then target very specifically the things that make the most sense. It's not just about buying software or digitizing, it's also about really identifying the right processes and the right areas of the business to target.
Any plans that you have any idea the plans where what Orangeleaf would do in terms of elevating their brand presence in the market?
And business in the market, I think I can come up with an idea of how to address this question, right? Which is, I'm going to ask this question back to you.
I knew it.
Because if you talk about brand presence, right, we only have one specialist here, right?
Excuse me, sir. It was your question.
Yes.
Blame the producer. She's there.
It's okay. We are good at keeping it raw and turning it around. So, what is
so
you
like drifting, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
What is our branding strategy and the way that we actually want to get this information in front of people this year?
Producer, maybe next year you might want to change interviewer.
I can apply for this position.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about serious note. Okay. So this year, 2024, one of the key areas that Orangeleaf target would be, like working to increase the supply in the market. The fact that there's a huge gap and a demand, but there is not a lot of people understands that, this demand in Europe is huge, but there's a lack of, supply in the market. We talk about supply means the talents in the market, and to close this gap, to make sure that we have a certain sustainable plan, to make sure that low code stays relevant. Can I say that? Like relevant. I mean,
sure. I mean, top of mind, right?
Yeah. Because I think this is because me talking non-tech, in a non-tech way, right? Sometimes I struggle a little bit, like, okay, how does a tech think? But I don't want to, dismiss, the tech people, because when we decided to do this podcast, it's not about selling but sharing, right? So the thing is that to stay relevant, and that I want the Malaysian talent to know what's happening globally, and it's important that we are able to build a good ecosystem in the market by increasing the talent in the market for the global market need. And this requires a lot of manpower and man-hour in just making this happen. So with the recent announcement that came out last year by a Chief Minister of Selangor about the budget that was parked to increase more talent VAT on the low-code space, I think that was a great news. Fantastic news that we finally able to push and address the need of paying attention, the speed to market by using advanced technology. So many industries has evolved over the years, but the software industries somehow, in my opinion, is still slow.
For Malaysia, yes, a little bit.
Yeah, so that's the one that I'm like, hey, why is it? Because I mean, we travel to Netherlands, many other countries. It's not just acknowledging the technology already, people are using the technology.
Yes.
It's been around. And that caught me, like wonder and want to make something out of it. And I think this has been a great outcome on our perseverance, our determination, keeping this for 6 years. You and I. This one, it's both of us that when we first decided to set up this company here, we already know that it is not just a business pillar, but it's an education pillar that we want to make sure that people learn technology, whether you are, have the ability to continue study wherever it is, and of course, people who doesn't even have, the ability to access good education.
Yes, this is the one thing, right? It's like we don't just want this technology in the hands of big corporations or university students, but actually the population at large, right? So as many people as possible, because this is so powerful. So many people can actually get into a new career path because this and create new opportunities for Malaysia.
Yeah, and a lot actually, even our surrounding don't know that, Orangeleaf have been doing this on a pro bono basis for quite a while actually, because we believe in education, and we both started with the right and the same and aligned mindset that the education pillar will come later, but it's very important pillar to focus as well.
It is, and it wouldn't have gotten off the ground without your tireless efforts to actually make it happen, right? Because there's only so many people who can actually connect on this level and get this kind of message out. So I'm very proud of the achievement of the company, and definitely couldn't have been done without you.
Passion.
Yes, very passionate.
So we have covered a little bit about in terms of covering the talents in the market as well, and the sustainable growth for Orangeleaf, right? So the last thing that I want to talk about is most important is the how do we actually enhance the agility responding to the market changes and client demands by optimizing the business processes, by increasing their efficiency. So this question is very much about, in this market, let's focus in Malaysia per se, right? In Malaysia, we know there is a huge demand of the need and urgency to transform or optimize their business processes using advanced technology. Not everybody needs low code. Not everybody needs on enterprise low code. Some conversation that I had with people that I know of, there are people in the market that tells me also, I'm ready, my management is not ready. And some people will be like, management is ready, the team of people are not ready.
Sure.
Like, so how can we bring this together this year?
It all starts with actually the education pillar, I think, right? Actually getting more people to understand how the technology works automatically translates into more people being excited about it, right? Because it's actually a breakthrough in technology. And I think one more important thing about the low-code market is that it also enables you to pull a lot of new things together. So a lot of people are excited about, let's say, AI technology, or like to look at OpenAI. But then how do you connect that to your systems or to your internal organization? Well, you can actually use local technology for that, right? So on top of actually being very easy to build things, it's also very easy to plug in other things very fast, right, into your organization. That could be any kind of external services as well.
Maybe you want to share a little bit, right? With our audiences out there, like when you talk about, like AI and ChatGPT, like you talk about low code actually can integrate into such technology. Do you want to share a little bit more, like how does it work?
Yeah, sure. So all modern platforms have APIs. Right? APIs are ways for two systems to
What is
talk with
API?
each other. Yes.
What is API?
So APIs are a way for two systems to exchange information, right? So for example, a low-code system could ask ChatGPT a question, and ChatGPT could answer that question, and the low-code system can then use that information that they got back from ChatGPT
Do you need to knock
do
the door?
something else. There's no knocking involved. There's digital knocking involved, but
No,
no
who's there?
person
No
person needs to knock. No, not required.
There. No,
Right,
no,
so-
who's there? AI.
Yes.
AI who? I thought it's a tech joke.
Open AI, open door question, right? Okay, sure.
Yes.
Right. So we already have customers that use the technology, but in the default way that most people know about it, it's okay. You go to a website and then you ask something and it will return, right? But you can also do is actually automate that with low code, because based on, let's say, incoming information or things that you have, the system can then ask questions to the AI, and the AI will return either instructions or additional information that then the system can use to do other things, right? And that's really what we're looking at. It's not just humans asking questions to AI. There's a lot more that we can do with this. A good example is that we had a customer who wanted to change some files, right? So they had a lot of Excel files and they wanted to change them into another format.
Yeah.
You can actually do that with ChatGPT. Now you can, of course, do a prompt and start typing it in, but you can also just ask the system to automatically do that, right? So like if there's new files, it will just automatically bring them to ChatGPT, change them around, and the person can review and approve them. Like there's a lot of things that can actually be automated. It's not just asking and answering, but also making that part of your automation workflow.
Right. So what happened, let's say, if the company doesn't have like modern system? I know there are company who are still in a very legacy mode, and their system are still pretty not modern, let's say. So if you have such an advanced technology, there are people, I'm sure they want to keep up to it, but there are people in the organizations who want to keep it, because whether it's for attachment purpose, whether it's basically they don't feel secure being on cloud, or maybe they just don't know more, or don't know much about the advanced technology, what the benefits like, right? So we have encountered along the journey people who actually do keep a lot of legacy systems.
Yes.
Yet they want to be, let's say, in advanced technology. So how do you open up when the door is not even there? We call the API.
So the good thing is that you don't have to change your legacy systems or replace them, right? When you use low code, you can also use low code to connect to your legacy systems, and then connect that to new services like AI services or other cloud services as well, right? So there's ways to make this happen, but in the end, any kind of legacy system we can connect to, even if it's not an API. Sometimes it's files, sometimes it's databases. There's other ways to do this, and we have quite a lot of customers that have a similar kind of situation where they have a legacy system they are not immediately planning to replace, but still want to extend to more modern technologies as well at the same time.
All right. Okay. So, what would be the first step? Okay, before we conclude this episode. What would be the first step? Let's say if somebody wants to talk to you, right, about a conversation like, okay, I have a situation, I have a legacy system, but I have a huge demand. My team, I can't, hire more people. A lot of people on, freezing their budget on hiring as well, right? But the business process, the system must continue, what is the first step would you recommend our audiences out here to take or to look at or to consider before you consider any kind of system or any kind of platform, right? Platform, it's not difficult to choose because there are a lot in the market, right? Being a consultancy, you and I, what matters to us is that making sure that any decision that is chosen, we always must help the client to be able to scale. That's my point of view. But what about yours?
I don't understand the question. Because you had a question and then you went into another thing and then you say, okay, I'm about this, and then what about yours? Like in the end, what are you actually asking me?
So okay. So the question is, what would be your tip? Like, what would you tell the client if a client comes and tells you, right, a situation, and they have a legacy system, but they want to also modernize because it's not easy to hire people these days, right? And then the operation continue, the show goes on. So they're trying to break through into innovation space. Yeah. What is that first step that people need to consider? That very first step that people need to think about first before setting up a budget, who they should go with in terms of technology partner, technology platform. What would be the first step?
The first step is really thinking about what are the processes in your organization that need change. Right now, we all have shortage of manpower, right? It's very common.
Yeah.
But the place where that manpower is actually short, or the place where processes are taking long, these are very different for different companies.
Yeah.
Right? And it's very important to identify those. Now we can help with that, but some of our clients already know when they come in, they say, oh, actually, it's our manufacturing process where we want to optimize things, or sometimes completely different, maybe it's HR, right? Like, where are the specific areas in your business where you would like to see improvements, right? And that's where we can then help to workshop together solutions that specifically fit that.
Okay, all right, cool. So I guess that's all for this episode.
Yes.
We covered pretty much. I guess next episode we can cover a little bit more about off-the-shelf products versus customization.
Yeah, sure.
I think it will be a good topic to talk about, regardless what Orangeleaf carries. I think it's a good conversation to have because I think in this in this space that is so overpowering and distraction, there are a lot of people kind of confused what I should choose as a technology to use, right? Maybe we can share a little bit more on the next episode.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's absolutely not a one-size-fits-all. It's not low code for every solution or ERP system for every solution, right? There are very different approaches for very different situations. Agreed. So let's talk about that. I'm excited.
All right. So guys, that's all for us from us, and we look forward to see you in the next episode. And it's the beginning of the year. Tim and I would wish you a great year ahead, a great start, and Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.